Hello, Ray Phoenix here, and welcome to Ori No Ryouri, the bonus content. That's right, this game has bonus content, and this bonus content really adds to the replayability of the game. It gives more depth to the gameplay, and gives more, I guess you could say more like challenges. There's different types of challenges you could play. The branch mostly, or most of these are all the same ones we saw in the real game, but it's a challenge. Like how much can you get, how much can you make in 30 seconds? There's this beer pouring challenge. It's scored based on how well you pour beer, and by how much of it you can pour over the course of only 30 seconds. And where it says where the guy actually forgets the Japanese game and he speaks English and says, "Final round, ready, go." The tip is to try to let go of the right analog stick just right after the beer fills past where the handle of the mug is, so you get as little head as possible and you get as most beer as possible too. You don't want to go over. If you can make it go well over the top of the glass, you don't get as much points. So I get as much points as possible. 100 is the highest score you could possibly get. That's like absolutely perfect. I don't think I've ever got a 100% on this. It's mostly pouring beer. Most people seem to like their beer like that. This is a game that taught me how to pour beer. See a bartender holding the glass, like tilting it that way and pouring it so it doesn't fill up with head. And ever since I started playing this game, I always made beer like that. You can even enter your name here too. You can enter your name. You have all different alphabets, so the katakana and hiragana can all be entered. You would enter Romaji letters as well too. So if your name's written in Romaji or any of those other alphabets, you can definitely enter it into this game, so everyone will know which person got that score. It's also a vegetable cutting challenge. And this mode of the game really demonstrates how you get the best score of cutting vegetables in this game. The more chops you make, the more of a score you would get. And you can take one vegetable and just cut it as much as you can. That's how you get the maximum amount of points. There's even another challenge where it's just one vegetable and see how many cuts you can make into it and try to get the highest score possible. It's almost impossible to beat the default score that was set in here by the game itself. It's just like a sliver of the vegetables left. I'm just really squeezing it out, like really scraping the bottom of the barrel. And I almost beat the high score. The highest score is set by someone named Ray, however you'd say that. Yeah, named after what you would say when you jump off a cliff. There's always all this confetti that flies around, and you can go and enter your name into there, which is what I'll be doing. Yes, there's another challenge that's coming up, and more challenges. Challenging challenges as we wait for these long loading times. Oh yes, it's the pizza challenge. I thought it was being the part where you simply have to put cheese on the pizza and like a test of your patience to see how long you can put in the toaster oven for. 100 is the highest amount of points you could get for one like, I don't know you call it, throw of the dough, and you just move the rotation of the dough, and you have to get, if you really know how to get, it's really easy to get 100% at this, and this becomes how much is it possible to get in only 30 seconds. I bet there's a world record for this somewhere. I mean, the Guinness Book of World Records obviously doesn't reflect on the world records of this game, but I beat the preset record by someone named Rakunozu, I think that's his name, Rakunozu. I know, I'll defeat that Rakunozu score easy. And now we're going to get again, or someone's named again. And we're doing the bug busting challenge. There's just an infinite number of bugs keep flying in there. And the trick to get a lot of points here too is to go to where there's like a huge like crowding of them. You just smack them down. You can easily get 5 points out of that. Each bug is worth 1 point alone. If you get like a bunch of them grouped together, you actually get more than 1 point at a time. That's the key to getting the most amount of points in this minigame. They very well could have made an arcade game out of this, where just busting bugs, like in Centipede or Millipede or something like that. Just bug busting. There were bug busters now. They made all the people in the crowd be glad that we're gonna pass the next health inspection. Ray, I throw Ray there. I wrote my name and I wrote my initials in there. In katakana, to even do this challenge, you have to run after the gingerbread man. Well, the demo is gingerbread man, and this one is actually a ninja you have to run against.
Final round.
I was actually really impressed at the demo. I used to play a demo for this game a lot in the summer 2000 issue of PlayStation Underground Jam Pack, and it actually had, and the demo for this game actually had a lot of these bonus challenges, and we can play, where you just play the cut. It's only based on stuff in the demo, obviously, so all you really do is just cut vegetables, pour beer, and I think you do some of the other things like the bug busting challenge, and there's even like a call 110 challenge too. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, calling 110 anyone watching you. Those are actual challenges you're playing. I was impressed the demo had all that. That demo actually wasn't one of the better demos I've had. It has a lot for just a simple demo. You wouldn't really expect a demo to do a demonstration. I guess that's where the term demo comes from, of what the game has to offer. But that demo actually did a lot. And since that's the only way I could really play the game, I really managed to squeeze a lot out of that demo. That's impressive when you can squeeze a lot of entertainment out of a demo. And PlayStation seems to think that demos are more about quantity over quality. But if you can have hundreds of demos for less than the cost of a new game, yeah, what good is that when the demos are very short and you don't really have a lot of fun with them before they end? Hundreds of demos doesn't make up for one good game. There's also two-player ones too. I honestly don't have a second controller in my computer right now, so, or my virtual PlayStation or emulator, whatever you want to call this. Just doing this egg omelet challenge, and there's no one to come to win, no one to fight against me. So I'm about to win an empty victory right here, where I'm going to be flinging this pan over here. And it's kind of random too. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't work as well. But who cares? You have no competition, you have no one else you're competing with, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And you're still going to win. If defeated that old man booby chef, knocked him off the screen, I won. My guys are like, yay, and the other guys turned purple. I wrote hooray as my hooray. That's how you write my name in Japanese. I know, I looked it up on Google Translate before making this video, so I know how to write my name in Japanese. And there's some other challenges to this game too, where you can actually do, we're pretty much just take this right to the second half of a level. The second segment where we actually go against the boss of the level. I guess you call it a boss character. We're going after that man booty guy that worked at the ramen restaurant. We're gonna make better ramen than him. It's pretty much just the same thing as the second half. I think you have to beat the level too in order to get to this part too. So that's just kind of, I guess this is just really just a way to play the second half of the level again without having to play the first half of the level again. It's like a level select almost, where you can just play whatever level you want, whenever you want. This game does fully allow that, which really adds the replay value of this game. If you want to play a level of this game or a segment of this game, you definitely could do that. It's just quite a nice thing that this game has. A lot of games don't do that, but this game does. So I guess this game gets major props for that then. It's better than, it does that better than a lot of other games did. I'm just gonna go chop these onions and chop all those vegetables and stuff too. The more you chop, the more. I remember getting my hand cut in this. I wonder what the blood would look like if some of the other contestants cut their hands on it. If there's other contestants in this game, like there's a robot contestant, there's a frog contestant, would it show like gray blood or something like that if it was a robot that cut his finger on it? He was making beer at ramen, and that guy's the one that has to call the 110. He's just slowly going out. His hand is very shaky. What do you expect? This guy's probably ready to retire soon anyway. No wonder why he's gonna lose. Yeah, he pretty much lost no contest to me. Win and lose. It's using English again, using the Ramaji English. Every time you get new high scores and you leave, it's always gonna prompt you to save your game data. And I always say yes, I'll save it to the memory card. Oh, saving your game. The game completed. The game is completed. And it's gonna take us back to the title screen. Yes, the title screen, where it's now just showing like a wave kind of thing, like ooh, look, it's almost like it's underwater, the title. You can actually select any level in the game per 3-minute cooking challenge, where it's just 3 minutes and trying to get the best score possible. You start fully 1 star, and you gain points from doing a great job, and you lose points from doing a sucky job. You have 3 minutes to see how many customers you could please, how much you could, how many customers you could. And of course, I'm gonna use the first level. First level's one of the better levels of the game. It's one of the simplest levels too. You have to make ramen and beer, and sometimes you have to call 110. Wonder who holds the world record for calling 110 the most amount of times. It's probably that man booby chef that runs this restaurant. He seems like someone that would be like Jasper. Paul Harvey's on, then he realizes that he probably had to run off. And that's why he wasn't competing against me in that other contest. He's probably too busy listening to Paul Harvey or something like that. You'd rather listen to that than play a stupid game that only came out in a country he used to fight against back in the 1940s. Then go cut up us up and pour more beer, and the stars are increasing. We do get a score. Actually, it's a numbered score at the bottom. So for those that like to have a score associated with everything they do in a game, well, they're in luck with this level. There actually is a visible score on the screen. Explore! I don't know what I'd say from playing the Ratchet and Clank games. Pretty much always get a 10 out of 10 when I pour beer. Almost anyone knows how to pour beer. I wonder if they ever made a monkey play this game and how well the monkey would do at it. They did make a monkey play Pac-Man once. So I guess they could make a monkey play this game too. How well they do with it. And I doubt they would win at it. And the music in this game is actually really good. I'm not sure I really mentioned it, but this game actually does have a pretty killer soundtrack. It sounds so like melodic, and it also sounds very fitting too, oddly enough. Like, this is the kind of music I imagine would perfectly fit a ramen restaurant if you were to work at a ramen restaurant. And there's even more bonus stages have other music that specifically exists in that bonus. The music in this game is surprisingly good. I wonder who did the music to this game, and did they do the music to anything else? I have no idea. I don't really know anything about the people that made this game anyways. All I know is that it was developed by a mysterious company called Argent, and I'm not sure if they ever made anything else or did anything else other than this game. It's actually kind of a mystery as to what became of them. And where they got the ideas for this stuff from. Well, the Blue-Haired Lady was based on someone from real life. That's about it. I don't know if this was inspired by a true story. I know Ape Escape was supposedly inspired by a true story. And the game was supposedly made as a way to teach people how to capture monkeys, if monkeys ever escape from the zoo again. And at least that's supposedly what people have said. I don't always know if all that stuff is true, all that crap about it is true. Considering how many contradictions I find online all the time. I'm gonna be pouring some more beer. I think I just about won at this point. If your score's under a certain number, everyone's kind of like a purple face on the screen that shows that you completed the challenge. But if you do well enough, they're not going to have purple faces. They're weird blue-looking faces. I'm not sure what that's supposed to imply or not. But again, anime logic is kind of messed up. And this game I guess this game could count as an anime in a way, because it comes from Japan and it is animated. There we go. It's asking us to enter in our name. We didn't beat the first place score. We almost did. We almost came very close to that. This did a somewhat decent job of that challenge. Gonna make a save again, even though we didn't really do an awful lot. And we're gonna go take on some more mini-games. Yes, there's bonus mini-games in this. Ape Escape had bonus mini-games, and so does this game. I mean, Ape Escape 1's the only Ape Escape game that had bonus mini-games worth covering. Ape Escape 2 and 3 didn't have as great mini-games. But the mini-games in here are better than the mini-games in Ape Escape 2 and 3. They even give us a nice, fancy CGI introduction to it all. Showing us going to some place, we have to put 100 yen into a machine, and we can access something. Let's see what goodies we have to access. Or maybe it's just plain black screen. There we go. There's different mini-games here. There's a balloon mini-game. This mini-game's actually quite creative. This is the first time I've ever attempted this mini-game. I have no idea what to do. It gives you an explanation all in Japanese, so those that can read Japanese can know what you're supposed to be doing here.
Go.
Ready? Go! You're supposed to fill up the balloon as much as you can, and get it as close to the spike line as much as you could. The closer you get to the spikes without it touching the spikes, the more of a score you get. You have 1 minute, you have 60 seconds, and you're trying to get the highest score possible. I'm gonna try to beat Hawaii, I think is what that says. Yeah, Awabi, that's the guy's name. It's Awabi. We're trying to go against this guy named Awabi who probably played this before, and I don't know if he's one of the developers or not that's put his score in there. Got a perfect 1500. And we're not gonna beat that score, because in fact it's my first time ever attempting this. I wasn't really sure what I was doing at first. It was mostly just watching me play around with these demos. These mini games. This is still pretty cool though. I still think this is pretty cool they put this mini game in here. We actually get to play as the ninja from those that we had to race against earlier. Maybe that's why the ninja wanted to steal stuff from us. Maybe he wanted stuff for his mini game collection. Is there some secret hidden lore all along?
Stop.
There we go. We got more than halfway to the high score, and yet the game still considers that to be a winning score. So I'll be entering in my name and katakana, and we'll play another mini-game. What's this mini-game? It's a crab mini-game. I was surprised it's telling us that we need a second controller to play this mini-game, and it doesn't detect a second controller in there. So playing this mini-game is or maybe need some other device, I don't know. I have no idea what this is. Just playing that pretty cool music. I mean, I'll admit that music that it plays for these mini-games is actually pretty cool. I'd put that in my MP3 player. I could listen to that all day and I never get bored of it. Almost. This minigame's also pretty good too. I just don't really read Japanese well enough to understand how to play this minigame, but I do get what it is. It's a cooking game. I mean, it's like a where you're cooking steaks, and it says on the screen in Japanese how well. I think that says well done. That says well done, I think, on the screen or something like that. Like, you want it, like, really well cooked, and you have to, like, flick the right analog stick to get it to fly upwards. So it says well, it also says well done or something like that. It's got a little bit of a score, but I'm not sure exactly what it says. That says medium, which means, like, medium as in, like, medium rare. I cooked on the medium setting, and I didn't seem to like it anyway, so I'm still a bit confused. I know that says medium. I don't know, maybe I have to, like... Oh, 94 is a good score, yeah, medium. Another medium. Oh, he's not gonna like that because I cooked it lightly. He wants it lightly cooked. Or maybe, yeah, that guy wanted it lightly cooked. Medium, another medium rare. Yep, 94 points for cooking a medium rare steak. Another medium rare. Ooh, 95 for that one. Another medium rare, another well done. And that guy didn't seem to like his well done that much. I mean, did you really want it well done? I'm pretty sure well done means, like, to cook it, like, to a point where it's, like, you know, overly cooked, and medium means, like, you know, like, kind of like half partially cooked. Then there's steak tartare, which is just raw steak. I actually got a pretty decent score for that, beat the high score. Remember, I actually did try playing that before, but I tragically failed at it, because I don't read Japanese well enough to get it. I have no idea what this thing is supposed to be. Is this some sort of, like, music composing software or something? That looks like music software. This looks like that music composer thing they put into Mario Paint, where you have to, like, align what the different things are, and it's like, boop, 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 boop. It all sounds like something you'd hear in a 90s PC game for kids. The kinds of games you play in the computer lab at your elementary school back in the 90s. Remember those days? And this minigame's actually pretty cool, too. You play that ninja again, and you have to, like, tilt the analog sticks in. It's like using the rowboat in the original Ape Escape. But it's like that, but you have to, like, row the rowboat as much as you could. And you get scored based on how far you travel. 30 kilometers is the current high score, and that Awabi, or whatever his name is, I'm guessing his name's Awabi, set this record, and we're gonna beat Awabi at his own game. Well, actually, no, I won't, because I kind of suck at rowing boats. I never was the best at rowing boats in Ape Escape. I'm definitely not the best at rowing boats in this game. And does anyone really care? I don't really know how to row a boat in this game. It's an obscure game that no one cares about, that was made like almost 30 years ago on a system that no one's gonna care about anymore in the future. Yeah, I doubt anyone is really gonna care if I'm good. I don't think minigames give, I could be wrong, but I don't think minigames in this game give you anything you could use in the real game or use anywhere else. It's simply just for additional fun and entertainment. And that's in the minigames in the original Ape Escape were like that too. They were just simply for fun and entertainment. They didn't give you anything you could use in the real game, the main game. I think people did confirm that. I've been playing this game for years, and I could pretty much confirm that too. Got a good enough score to be considered a win. Ryouri did that, and that's pretty much all the mini-games that are available. It's gonna make me save my progress again, save my high scores again. Yeah, just saving, I think, save game. Goes to Ramaji there for a sec. And the only other thing this game has to offer that I haven't really demonstrated yet is something that almost every game ever made is gonna have. Options, where you get to adjust the options of the game. Oh wow, it's an option screen, that's very impressive. All the greatest games have to have an option screen in them somewhere, right? Yeah, I think I'm demonstrating now all this game has to offer. All this masterpiece No Ryouri has to offer. The bonus content. Ray Phoenix, signing out.